Isolation, a young playwright piece written by Hennessy. Scene 1. Spotlight on two news anchors that are standing centre stage. They appear calm and professional.
Today, 794 patients previously being treated for the virus have died.
This is the highest reported fatality rate for a 24-hour period thus far.
The government has announced that isolation law will continue in an attempt to minimise the spread of the virus.
As was stated previously, failure to cooperate with these laws may result in fines or jail time.
The US has the highest reported total fatality rate, with 61% of the infected dying.
The Prime Minister of Australia has tested positive for the virus and is currently being treated.
A faint, ominous hum can be heard. The spotlight is no longer on both of the news anchors, and instead it alternates between them as they speak.
Death.
Virus.
Pandemic.
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 Lights down abruptly. Scene 2. Lights up on Nada's room. The lighting is dim with a peach tint. Nada can be seen centre stage, sitting on her bed. She is visibly panicked with an open laptop on her lap. A knock can be heard and Nada stuffs the laptop underneath her bedsheets and takes out a maths textbook.
Come in.
Nada's mother, an older woman, enters stage left carrying a laundry basket. She mills around before sitting down next to Nada.
Your room's been awfully clean lately.
Is that a complaint?
No, an observation. Have you been finding it?
It?
Isolation.
Fine.
Have you been talking to Sophie?
Yeah.
Has she been keeping well?
I don't know. Could you just leave? I'm really busy with maths.
Nada's mother locks eyes with Nada. There is a long silence. Nada's mother looks as if she's about to speak, but decides against it, sighing as she stands up.
All right. Call me if you need anything.
Will do.
Nada's mother exits stage left. Nada throws the maths book on the floor and takes her laptop out from under the sheets. She types as she speaks to herself.
Day 65. 2 unopened messages from Sophie, 43 from Damien, 27 from B. Checked the news 198 times, that's 3 times a day on average. Cleaned my room 65 times, 30 times with Dettol and 2 times with bleach. I just can't bring myself to text them. And talking to them makes me remember it all too much. I want this to be my normal, and if I spend all my time dwelling on the old normal, the good normal, that'll never happen. I thought I'd like this. I should like this, but I don't. I hate it. I miss the good normal. I miss the sound it makes when wind blows through the leaves. I miss watching the nameless strangers hurry around the busy city streets. I miss the smell of the bakery breaking bread in the morning. I miss the feeling of Sophie's head resting on my shoulder when she'd fall asleep next to me on the bus because she stayed up too late doing homework. I miss life.
Nada stops typing and shuts her laptop. She stares at the audience for a while before flopping down onto her back. The lights dim around her. Scene 3. The stage is lit to be a sterile white. The ominous hum from the first scene can be faintly heard, building gradually as the scene progresses. A young girl who is not Nada can be seen in a bed. Nada enters stage right.
Sophie? What took you so long? What do you mean?
You haven't spoken to me in ages. I'm worried sick about you.
I'm really sorry, Sophie. I've been meaning to get back to you. I've just been so busy. And
You're lying, Nada. You know you are.
I know it looks bad, but this whole situation has been really difficult. And
You should love this, Nada.
What do you mean?
Finally, an excuse to do what you do anyways. Spend your whole life in your hospital ward of a room.
Why would anyone love this? The news reports, the figures. I can't even catch my breath. It's so difficult.
It's difficult for me, Nada. I'm dying.
The hum stops abruptly and the lights go down. Lights up on Nada's room. It's lit to look like nighttime. Neda jolts from a sleeping position. She is breathing heavily and speaks her lines between sobs.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Neda lingers in this moment for an elongated period of time before the lights slowly fade to black. Scene 4. Lights up on a kitchen. Neda's mother enters from stage right, sipping from a teacup. A knock can be heard. Neda's mother walks to stage left.
Ah, Sophie, how have you been keeping? Come in.
Sophie enters from stage left.
Hi, how are you? It feels like it's been forever.
Oh, I'm great, thanks. And yourself? How have you been finding the online school? Can I get you anything?
I'm alright, thanks. School has been fine. I'm actually here to see Neda.
Oh, of course. I'll get her down for you now.
Neda's mother exits stage right. The lights go down briefly. When we return to the scene, Sophie is checking something on her phone before Neda's mother enters from stage right.
Is she coming? We're going to go into town today.
She's actually feeling a little bit under the weather, love, unfortunately. Don't worry, it's not that.
Is she alright? Can I go see her?
Oh, she's fine. She's just a bit fluey. Best to give her some space.
Oh, alright, so maybe next time then. Thanks a million.
Any time at all.
Sophie begins to make her exit as Neda's mother waves her goodbye. Before making her exit, Sophie hangs back. She turns to face Neda's mother again and hesitates before speaking.
Look, I've been really missing her. We text all the time, but it's not the same. I've been really looking forward to seeing her. We all have. Me, Damien, B. We've been meeting up with them for a while now, and for a while they ask for her all the time. Does she miss us too? As much as we miss her?
Neda's mother approaches Sophie.
Oh, absolutely, love. She talks about you lot all the time.
Well then why hasn't she come to see us? Or even just to see me?
Look, she's been taking the whole situation very hard. I've told her that they're easing up, but... Oh, you know Neda. She's not going to listen to that.
She's always been one to stick to the rules.
Oh, you have that right.
Well, thanks, Teresa, but I better be going. Damien's waiting for me. Tell Neda I hope she gets well soon.
Have a lovely day. It was nice seeing you.
Sophie starts exiting stage left as the lights go down. Scene 5. Lights up on Neda's room. Neda is centre stage, visibly panicked and scrubbing the floor vigorously. She is wearing plastic gloves and a face mask. The moment lingers before we see her mother enter from stage left. She slowly approaches Neda.
Darling.
Neda quickly stands up in shock, pulling her mask down around her neck.
I'm going out to do the groceries now. Do you want to come for a spin?
No, I'm alright. Can you pick me up some almonds and...
Neda, it's not about the groceries. You haven't been outside the door in months.
Neither has anyone else.
They've been easing up on the restrictions for a while. You have to get back to normality at some stage.
I'm just trying to stay safe.
I know that, and you're doing a great job, love, but it's time to start getting out again.
Why? The pandemic isn't over.
People are worried about you, Neda. Sophie's been over every day the past week.
Well, they have no right to be. If anything, I should be worried about them.
What are you getting so upset about? Neda, if there's something wrong, please tell me.
Oh, would you ever shut up? There's nothing wrong with me. Stop asking me that. I'm following the rules like everyone else should be.
Neda's mother sighs and begins to leave the room. She stops before exiting and turns back to Neda.
Almonds and...
Hand sanitizer. Thanks.
Neda's mother exits stage left. Neda stands centre stage and begins to cry. We linger on this moment for some time before the lights go down. Scene 6. Lights up on a cafe. 3 teens are sitting at a table centre stage. To the left is Sophie, to the right is Damien, and a new character, B, is in the middle. We join them mid-argument.
It's not normal.
She's just taking it harder than everyone else.
Well then, why doesn't she tell us that instead of making up some excuse every time we go out?
Would you leave it, both of you? All I'm doing is defending my friend.
She's my friend too, but she needs help, not defending.
How do you know that?
Stop! You both need to calm down.
You're right, B. I got carried away there.
Carried away? That's an understatement.
You're just as bad,
I'm
Sophie.
not.
Look, we don't know what's up with Nay. She could be sick, she could be lying, but we need to let her have her own space.
I get that. I just miss her.
You're not the only one, Damien. But you know how she gets. She'll be ready when she's ready.
Oh, of course I know. I know how she gets, but that's why I think she needs help.
Why do you keep saying that?
Well, I was reading this article.
Oh, here we go. Another one of your armchair
Let her
diagnoses.
finish.
Anyway, it was about agrophobia, and a lot of it matched up with Nay.
So some BuzzFeed article matches up with their personality. It's all vague bull anyways, like those zodiac signs.
Astrology is very real.
Definitely. Look, if Nada had an actual problem, she'd be seeing someone about it.
I'm over this. Are we ordering or what?
The three teens continue to bicker as the lights fade to black. Scene 7. Lights up on Nada's bedroom. Nada's mother speaks from off stage.
Nada, your friend is here.
Thanks, Mum.
Sophie enters stage left.
Well, Nay, thanks for having me over. Feels like it's been ages.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. It's not like it was your fault.
Look, there's something I've been wanting to tell you.
Fire away.
I know I haven't been great through this, and I'm sorry for not texting or meeting up for walks. It's just been really scary, and I didn't want to upset you.
Nay, don't be like that. It's okay. You're always been a worrier anyways.
I know, but this is different, I guess. I don't know, I just haven't been feeling like myself lately.
No one has. You're fine, trust me.
I don't know if I am, though. Like, even just asking you to come over was really hard for me.
And why is that?
I don't know, that's the problem. Whenever I think about going out or meeting up, I get all tense and dizzy and it feels like everything's spinning.
So you have vertigo? Yeah. So do loads of people.
No, it's definitely not vertigo.
Nada, you're grand, okay? I promise. I'm a Celebrities On a little bit. Have you been watching?
No, I haven't been. Is it any good this year?
Nay, how come you're not watching it? I'll have to catch you up on everything.
The girls are heard laughing as the lights fade to black. Scene 8. Lights up on Damien and B. B is standing centre stage with Damien on her right. Sophie enters stage left and walks to B's left while the friends call out for her.
What took you so long? We've been waiting ages.
Sorry, I just forgot my coat.
It's grand. He was just being dramatic. Tell us, how did it go?
How did what go?
What do you think? How did it go with Nada?
It was grand. Are you asking?
You know why we're asking. How was she?
She was grand.
Give us a bit more to work with. We haven't seen her in months.
She was fine, I told you.
Sophie, come on. What aren't you telling us?
She wasn't herself.
In what way?
She was saying all these weird things.
Like
Like she was talking about how whenever she wanted to go out, she started feeling dizzy and tense.
is that it?
No, she said something about how she was scared and she wasn't feeling like herself.
Is she alright?
Well, obviously not.
Shut up, you!
No, this is important. Remember what I said in the cafe?
The agoraphobia
Oh,
thing.
not this again.
Hear him out, Sophie.
Look, here's the definition. Agrophobia, a type of anxiety disorder in which you fear or avoid places that might cause you to feel trapped, helpless or embarrassed. People with agoraphobia are usually very anxious about having a panic attack in a public place.
That has nothing to do with her.
Sophie, it sounds a lot like what you were saying.
No, maybe I just wrong. You weren't there.
Okay, even if it doesn't match, she told you she wasn't okay. If she reached out, we should help her.
Yeah, I suppose.
Thank you. So what should we do?
Shouldn't you know? You're the one who brought it up.
I read one article. I'm not an expert.
And maybe she should talk to one?
Like a counsellor or something.
Yeah, it'll only do good.
That would be a start, but we can't just book her in.
Then let's talk to Nada and her mum.
Sounds like a plan.
Lights fade to black. Scene 9. Nada's mother is standing centre stage in the kitchen along with the three friends. We join them mid-conversation. Nada's mother is not giving them her full attention, instead choosing to work away at various small tasks.
How are you all feeling about going back to school then?
I'm excited, to be honest. You'd miss a bit of routine.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I'm excited to see everyone again.
Ah, that's good to hear. What about yourself, Damien?
I'd take another 6 months off if I could.
All as expected from you.
The familiar atmosphere dies down gradually in the build-up to the next line.
This chat has been lovely, but we actually have something really important to talk to you about.
Nada's mother continues her household tasks, but is listening more actively.
And what would that be?
We're worried about Nada.
Nada's mother stops in her tracks and hesitates before replying.
Oh. How so?
Well, when I came over the other day, she said things that worried me, worried us.
Could you tell me what it is she said?
She was talking about how she wasn't herself and how whenever she tried to go up or go out, this feeling of panic would set in.
And I was doing some reading, and it all seemed very similar to agrophobia.
Nada's mother joins the conversation fully now, stopping her household chores.
You know, I've actually been doing some reading of my own, and I had feared the same thing. I would have done something sooner, but she just won't talk to me.
We're not saying it's definitely that, but...
I know what you mean. Thank you for bringing this up. So what do you think we should do?
We think it would be good for her to see someone, like a counsellor, if that's all right with you and her.
I agree. That's a great idea. It means a lot that you care so much for her, you know.
I wouldn't know what I'd do without her.
Me neither. I know I can come off as aggressive, but it just wasn't the best for her.
We all want the best for her.
Well, she's upstairs now. We know she's most comfortable reaching out to you lot, so I think you should go up and see her.
I'd love to.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in forever.
Right, let's go.
Lights fade to black. Final scene. Spotlight on Nada, who is standing centre stage.
Yesterday, 794 patients previously being treated for the virus have died.
A new spotlight on Sophie, who is standing to Nada's right.
But thousands have been cured.
This is the highest reported fatality rate for a 24-hour period thus far.
A new spotlight on Damien, who is standing to Nada's left.
But we've reached the peak and those rates have been falling ever since.
The government has announced that isolation law will continue in an attempt to minimise the spread of the virus.
A new spotlight on B, who is standing to Sophie's right.
But they announced that 6 months ago. We listened. Things got better.
Death.
But there's life.
Virus.
But there's health.
Pandemic.
But there's hope.
We love you, Nada.
Nada.
The lights briefly go down. When they come back up, we are in Nada's room.
We only want what's best for you.
We know it's been hard, but...
You have to get the help you need.
Nada starts to cry.
We'll be here for you. Whatever you need, we'll help you through it.
100%.
You don't need to say anything.
I'm sorry.
And you definitely don't need to apologise.
I was so scared. I was terrified of living, of being out there.
You could have told
You would
us.
have done anything to help.
We care so much about you, Nay.
I didn't want to burden you.
Trust me, you wouldn't have.
You're my best friend.
I know something isn't right. I want to get better.
You will. We talked to your mum. She's been worried about you, and she booked a session with the counsellor.
Don't worry. They're going to come here to you until you're ready.
Sophie takes hold of Nada's hand. Nada and Sophie look away from the audience and into each other's eyes.
You're going to get better. We're going to do everything we can to help you.
There is a lingering tender moment as the three friends comfort Nada. After a while, B exits stage left, followed soon after by Damien. Nada and Sophie are sitting centre stage and the lights shift to a spotlight. A moment passes and Sophie begins to stand up.
We're going for a walk. Would you like to come?
Nada's breathing grows heavier. The moment lingers. She stands up and wipes her tears.
I'd love to.